Hello and good evening everybody, it's Communist Muffin here. I am continuing on with my Far Cry 2 Let's Play. And pretty much sit back, enjoy. We've got some more stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks. Probably take me a couple of weeks to finish filming all of this. I should have said this at the start, but I couldn't be fucked, to be honest. So I'm going to do a few missions like I did, like I did today, actually, earlier today. But okay, sit back, enjoy.
My competition's bringing in a shipment of shitty AKs and the usual low-end trash from the northwest. You make sure that convoy never comes in. I'll make sure you got some fancy new toys to choose from next time you're here. That's what I want to hear.
I'm pretty much doing all the side missions before I hit the main storyline, so I've got myself a good base established and I've got everything I want. So by doing all the assassinations, I'm getting all this extra cash up front sooner rather than later. Actually, I need to check what kit I'm packing. IED, good. Dirty AK. I need to go give this more ammo. Just 1 second. Maybe a replacement too. I swear that thing used to pack 3. Yeah, it is packing 3, my bad. Yeah. Shitty. Okay, so where are we going to be heading to? Northwest again, so we'll be jumping in the river and taking the boat up. It's the quickest way to get there. Driving would take ages. Not like I mind the driving, except it takes ages. I enjoy it a lot. So in this little one we're going to be having a little talk about some stuff. You know, like what my stance is on Far Cry 4 and Far Cry 3. I know a couple of people who play Far Cry. Actually quite a few that have played it before. And well, basically a few of them like this better than what? A few of them like Far Cry 3 better, or the original better than this. Then, as Far Cry 4 is coming out in the next couple of months, greed is pretty much the main motivator to what I have to say today. Far Cry 4 and Assassin's Creed Unity first came out on Steam for $60 United States USD. Okay. And that was in Australia, everywhere else, right? And 3 days after it was, actually a week after it was at $60, they pumped it up by $15 for Australia and Japan. So it's sort of like, well, fuck you, Australia and Japan. You're not getting this unless you fork out all this extra money. As we get screwed over a lot of products. A $60 PlayStation 3 game when the PlayStation 3 was hot, 110 Australian. So there's a lot of things like that with the taxes, since Australia is in the arse end of the world, to be honest, and everything has to be shipped here by boat if they want to send us hard copies, and the tax is ridiculous. But the point I want to make is, with Far Cry 2, I enjoyed its realism a lot more than the ridiculous storyline of Jason Brody in Far Cry 3. Like, come on, some douchey... Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, indeed. Okay, shit. This is not going the way I planned it to go. Help. Crap, do I need medical? What the fuck's medical key again? Oh, fuck me. Whoops. Apparently I forgot to get medical supplies, apparently. Whoops. I see my mistake now. Derp. Okay. Let's just get back out there and do it again. Okay, but the point I want to make is that with Far Cry 2 and Far Cry 3, they're completely different games. Like Far Cry 2's got that gritty realism feel, like it's hardcore, and it knows it's hardcore, and it wants to prove that to you. So you're like here in Africa, and you're only here to do one thing. Let's kill one man, the jackal. Here you only see for 5% of the game, to be honest, like I've said before. And then you've got Far Cry 3. You're some douchey prep college rich kid family guy from fucking US who's suddenly put in this bad situation and suddenly goes from being a whiny little bitch into a hardcore tribal warrior. Like what? There's like zero transitioning from what happens. Like there's Jason Brody's holding in the neck of his brother as there's just been shot and he's bleeding out. Then you're running through a jungle and you've escaped and you accidentally shank this guy in the chest. Like you put a machete in some guy's chest, like to the hilt, buried in this guy's chest. Then it goes from that to pretty much, oh, here's some gun, go kill some boars, go skin a few sharks, all that shit. Pretty much it gives you there and it puts you in a situation with no real premise, like, oh, here's this tattoo that I put on your arm while you were asleep. Yeah, that's how we roll. Because Rock Islands. Yeah. Then you're like, why the fuck am I doing this? Why should I do this? And all your friends were in the entire game were just a plot device for you to go save and rescue. I didn't feel any emotion when I tortured Riley as Jason Brody. Because I just went, well, I don't even know who the fuck this character is other than he's Jason Brody's brother. Who I don't particularly care for in the first place. And now I'm meant to care about his brother that was reportedly dead for half the game. And then it did my head in, really. It really did my head in. So it's like, there's this character that I don't know I'm meant to suddenly care for. Son of a bitch. Double son of a bitch. So basically there's this character that I don't even know about nor care about, and suddenly I'm meant to care about as I'm torturing this poor sod. And then you go, well, why exactly am I torturing this poor sod? I know I'm dressed up as some hardcore merc guy that Hoyt has hired, but other than that, it's like, why? They put the camera on a loop so you can have a little bit of a chat with your bro, but you're like, who is this guy? I'm meant to feel sorry for him, even though this is the first real time I've met him other than the prologue. It just pretty much takes a good idea and fucks with it. So there's this, you're meant to care for someone that you've just met, and you're meant to feel bad about torturing him, yet you pretty much just met the guy. I don't really like that whole premise of, oh, here's this guy, and now you're gonna torture him, and apparently he's your brother. GG, deal with it. And plus, there was other great characters, like the villain. Well, he isn't really the villain in Far Cry 2. The Jackal, the guy you're hunting. You see him a total of like 3 or 4 times in person, in game. And the only other times you ever hear about him is through chatter through the other characters, or from finding the audio logs. Okay, I've somehow failed the gun running mission. Oh, that's right, I didn't take it because I died, derp. Otherwise, you're just there scratching your head. Like, you know what I mean? There's like the Jackal's there as a good story character, except he plays such a big part of the story. Yet you rarely ever see him. It's sort of like having a game where it's pretty much having a game where the bad guy, you don't even see hide nor hair of him apart from the first 5 minutes. A 5-minute period in the middle of the game, then fucking 20 minutes at the end. Then you go, well, is he really a villain? Sure, Vass was an amazing character, except they fucked up in Far Cry 3. They killed the most enjoyable part of Far Cry 3 in the first chapter. Like, Vass was awesome. Amazing performance by Michael Mando. And then there's Buck. And I'm sorry, but lol, what? Buck? Is this character meant to wow me in any way? He's an Australian cannibal rapist. Nice job punching in on every single stereotype I can think of there, bro. It wasn't the fact that Buck was a bad character, it was the way the way they did it was bad. Excuse me. The way they portrayed the character was... Like, I'm Australian, I personally don't give a fuck if I'm made fun of.
Where is he? I know he's out there.
Except for one thing. It's over the top to the point where it's funny. Like, you're meant to be scared of this guy, otherwise... Like, the character's meant to be scared of this guy. And then I'm like, well, what? Am I meant to give a fuck about this guy? I know who is going to die. Pretty much in the first fight I get in with him. And just the fact that every single fucking boss goes out in the game and goes out like a fucking pussy. Hoyt, Buck, every other villain in Far Cry 3 goes out with a fucking knife to the chest. It's... What? Why? I know the knife's a big fucking important thing and all, but... Every single one, like... Vass died to prove a point. Buck died in a knife fight. Hoyt died in a knife fight. Why? And Hoyt is just a fucking Tony Montana. He's discount Tony Montana. And it doesn't even really do it that well, to be honest. He looks like Tony, he talks like Tony, and can't pull it off. So I'm sitting there shaking my head thinking, well, this could have been done so much better, except I'm not a game developer, I don't have the money to do this. Whereas in Far Cry 2, I enjoyed the wide open plains of Africa. Like this river I'm going on right now. I don't have to worry about some fucking... And just gameplay. The only minimap I ever get is when I'm in my car. In a boat or in a car. Otherwise, I gotta hit my 5 key and look at that. That's my form of navigation. Plus, when you're in a firefight, you don't know where the enemy's gonna come from. They could be coming from your left, from your right, or even behind you, and you don't even know they're there until they're on top of you, pretty much, or you hear them coming. But in Far Cry 3, all you have to do is pull out your fucking camera and go click, click, click. Tag the entire enemy base, and you can see them walk through walls because they glow. When you tag someone, they walk through walls and glow in the fucking dark. Like, well, I know this game, I know Far Cry 2 has its problems, like the respawning checkpoints, the bad AI at times, and everything else. Far Cry 2 could have been so much better, except it was kind of a bit rushed. Except Far Cry 3 could have been a hell of a lot better, and it had plenty of time to be built. It's just shit like that. And then when they have even more time to be built, like Watch Doge. I'm still pissed about Watch Dogs. Everybody's still pissed about Watch Dogs. I've only played it fucking like... not even half an hour. And I pre-ordered it.